Chapter 4 Newly Orphaned. When Miss Minchin came out of the schoolroom after her conversation with Mr. Barrow, she was deathly pale and very, very angry. "Where is Sara Crewe?" she demanded of the bewildered Miss Amelia. "Why, she is with the other children in our parlor, of course." "Does she have a black dress in her elegant wardrobe?" Miss Minchin asked with a strange, sneering tone to her voice. "A black one?" Miss Amelia stammered. "A black dress?" "She has frocks of every other color and description. Does she not have a black one?" Miss Amelia turned pale. "Yes," she said fearfully, "but it is too short for her. She has only the old black velvet, and she has outgrown it. Go tell her to take off that pink party dress and put on the black one, whether it is too short or not. Sara Crewe is through with fine things," Miss Minchin said curtly. Miss Amelia began to wring her hands and cry. "Oh, dear sister," she wailed, "what on earth has happened?" Miss Minchin wasted no words. "Captain Crewe is dead," she said flatly. "He has died without a penny. He has no relatives, no one who will take the child. Our pampered parlor boarder has been left an orphan and a pauper, a burden on our hands." Miss Amelia sat down quite heavily in the nearest chair. "Hundreds of pounds have I spent on this birthday nonsense for her," Miss Minchin said angrily. "Money he was supposed to repay me. And now I shall never see a shilling of the debt she owes me. Go put an end to this ridiculous party of hers. Go make her change her dress this instant." When her older sister spoke in such a manner, the best thing to do was obey without question or comment. Miss Amelia slipped out of the room to break up the festivities across the hall. Miss Minchin had never looked quite so rectangular and hard as she did when Sara came to see her at her bidding a few hours later in the parlor. By that time, it seemed to Sara as if the birthday party had been a dream or an event that had happened years ago in the life of another little girl. Sara stood before Miss Minchin, her face white but her eyes dry. Her eyes had dark rings around them, and her mouth was set, as if she did not wish her features to reveal what she had suffered, and was suffering. She had put on the black velvet frock. It was too short and tight, making her slender legs look overly long and thin beneath the skirt. She had not been able to find a piece of black ribbon, so her thick black hair tumbled around her face. She held Emily tightly in one arm and had wrapped the doll in a piece of black material. "Put down your doll," Miss Minchin ordered. "What do you mean by bringing it in here?" "I will not put her down," Sara answered bravely. "Emily is all I have. My papa gave her to me." "You will have no time for dolls in your future here at the seminary. You are a charity case now. You will have to work to make yourself useful around here." Sara kept her big, staring eyes fixed upon Miss Minchin, but said not a word. If she had cried out or sobbed or seemed frightened, then Miss Minchin might have softened somewhat, since she was principally a woman who liked to feel her power over others. However, as she looked at Sara's pale little steadfast face, Miss Minchin felt her power dwindle away. "Do not put on airs, young lady," Miss Minchin snapped. "The time for that sort of thing is past. You'll not live here as a little princess any longer. Your carriage and pony will be sold. Your maid will be dismissed. You will wear your oldest and plainest clothes. The rest are no longer appropriate and will be sold. From now on, you will be another Becky. You will work for your food and lodging here. You will sleep in the attic, in the room next to Becky's. You will do whatever you are told to do by any of the staff at this seminary. You will run errands, and you will help in the kitchen as well as in the schoolroom, supervising the lessons of the youngest children. If you do not please me, you will be sent away. It is that simple, so keep what I have said in mind at all times. Now go!" Sara stood still for a moment, looking at the unfeeling woman before her. Then she turned to leave the room. "Excuse me," Miss Minchin said in a tone meant to stop Sara in her tracks. "Don't you intend to thank me?" "What for?" Sara replied softly. "For my kindness to you. For my kindness in giving you a home when you have no other." Sara took 2 or 3 steps toward her tormentor, her thin little chest heaving up and down as she answered in a strange, fierce voice. "You are not kind, and this is not a home." Sara ran from the room before Miss Minchin could do anything but stare after her in angry amazement.